Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Embodied Flame Temple on the Awakened Flame Network. I am the Awakened Jenn. I am a multidimensional channeler and the Oracle of the Council of the Awakened Flame, and I'm here with my friend Hope. If you want to give just a quick intro for yourself, I'll let you do the honors.
Oh, goodness. Welcome, everybody. My name is Hope of Ascending Life Tarot, and I'm really a type of ascension guide, helping people through their awakening with tools, tips, intuitive insight, spiritual guidance, all that good stuff.
All right, so tonight we are going to be talking about some very powerful energies that we have been feeling for a while. So I'm going to start us off just by talking about just kind of the current energies, and then Hope is going to carry us over into the ascension symptoms that are going with the current energies and what we can do about it. So while you're getting settled, I would love for you to let us know where you're watching from in the comments. And then if you want us to pull cards for you later in the show, put a heart and we will pull for you once we get to that section. So the way that we're going to do this, we're going to start off by just talking about, like I said, the current energies that are happening right now and sort of the themes that I'm feeling. And then we'll talk about the ascension symptoms, how to deal with it. And then we'll do the collective card pull, and then we'll turn it over to the viewer questions from there. So does that sound good?
Perfect.
All right. All right, so if you are ready, let's just go ahead and talk about this energy. So, one, I feel like that there are changes coming. So, I mean, just as we were talking about earlier, I pick up the numbers, and that's what speaks to me the most. And so, 55 has been speaking, 55 and 555 has been speaking today. That is definitely talking about changes, like shifts and changes that are coming. And so, the energy that because I've just did the November energy forecast, which is going to post on this channel tomorrow. So you can watch the full thing tomorrow and see every bit that's coming out. But I wanted to touch on two themes that came out from it. And one was that we are in like this fog energy right now. And it's brought in with Neptune in Pisces in that 29 degrees, which is just, I think it lasts until January. I'm not exactly sure the date on that one. But I mean, we've still got just a little bit more of that one to go. And that because it's just so close to the end, it's like the fog is the thickest right now. And so our need for clarity is stronger than ever. And that's where the other theme came in, which was the mirrors. And so last month, the energy said that we were going to be, the October energy was going to be like a dark night of the soul. I absolutely have felt that energy myself, in which we know when we go through dark nights of the souls, it is the lead up to the next awakening. And so that's something else that, we'll be discussing a little bit further, but I mean, it isn't without purpose, but oh my goodness, is it, a lot to deal with on the human level. And so last month, all of the triggers started coming back up. All the things that we had thought we were done with, now they're back in our face again. But as I had said, the whole month, it was giving us opportunity to hold our alignment, to show what we had learned. And it's really this calibration. This is the Saturn in Pisces that I'm feeling with that piece, and that holds on until February. But we weren't really supposed to be doing anything with it other than just, like, okay, when we feel it, the natural tendency that we would have had of how we would have, dealt with it in the past, we're giving opportunity now to choose something different, to show what we've learned, how we've evolved, how we've grown. And so, is it going to collapse us the way that it's collapsed us in the past? Or are we going to, use it for our growth, use it for information instead of it's just like a reaction? I think that it's given us the time to just kind of pause.
Yeah.
Like instead of just instantly reacting to the triggers, we're recognizing the triggers, and then it's giving us that moment of just pause enough to where we can respond now instead of react. But moving into November, it was the theme of the mirror. And so now then we're seeing all of these in this different way. Instead of it's something that's happening to us, we're seeing that it's happening for us to be able to see something about ourselves. And so the strongest image that had come out with that message was like, okay, everything around you, all the people, all the experiences, everything that you were dealing with is a reflection of something that's going on inside of you. They are all mirrors. And so, like, when you're looking in a mirror, if you see something in that mirror you don't like, you don't try to change the mirror, you change yourself, so that the reflection changes. That's exactly the lesson of November, is seeing everything outside of you is just a mirror. And instead of trying to change the mirror, what do we need to change in ourselves in order to change the reflection that is outside of us? And so, it's not easy. Like I said, the first part is coming with the recognition, is this is what's happening. It's not happening to me. It's not happening to me, because that's how I have felt. Is like, why is all this happening to me? And then it's just like, no, it's happening for you. There, if you don't like the reflection, what can you do to change the reflection? You've got to look inside. You've got to change something about yourself. And so that's the energy that I'm feeling right now. So I wanted to connect with you because you had a whole different download in about just really what was going on with this energies and how to work with it.
Oh my gosh. Yes, yes. You know, to your point, Jen, what you said earlier about, you know, a type of dark night in October, and how that's always kind of like the precursor for an awakening. And I know I did, a lot of people think, and I did, that you awaken one time and then you're awake. It's like, no, the first awakening is usually the biggest, because that kind of blows up everything in your mind and sometimes in your life. But and then as you continue to learn and grow and evolve, you come through cycles of awakening. And goodness, I most certainly did. And then we have a lot of other types of energetic activity going on, as we are in our own way as a collective processing our own individual awakening. Wherever we are in our little ascension continuum, everybody's going through something like this. And in the past, whenever we went through a significant spirit growth, we would have something called ascension symptoms. And, you know, there's a number of them, and chances are, you know, your ascension symptoms, right? You know what those are. And now we are being asked to shift the way we work with our ascension symptoms, the way we perceive them, and how we work with them. And this is kind of my little download is, my guides were saying, okay, there are 4 bodies, right? Spiritual, mental, emotional, physical. Your ascension symptoms are multi-tiered, multi-layered, multi-level. And what kind of spirit ascension symptoms are you having? The way this shows up is like, I don't know who I am. I doubt my path. What's the purpose? Those kinds of questions. Mental ones, ascension symptoms, anything about getting stuck in old memories, not being able to shake it off, not being able to stop a pattern, even though you know you need to, that kind of thing. Emotion ones, oh my gosh, just feelings, right? Just about it, including me, just about everybody I've talked to in the past month has been like stuck in different kinds of rumination, sentimentality, nostalgia, a yearning for ways that felt a little more simple. Right, we're getting a little, that's coming up as an ascension symptom. And physically, my nervous system gets hit hard. I don't know about you. I feel like shaky inside, anxiety. And for the first time in a good 10 years, I actually went down with a migraine. And I used to get them a lot in the past before I woke up. But I haven't had one in so long. And I was frankly quite shocked. And what my guides were saying is, yep, just know your ascension symptoms are stronger. However, you're in a much more empowered state in your own process. So when you have symptoms, spirit, mental, emotion, physical, whatever level, and you're feeling a pain or a discomfort or like stuckness, it'd be like, what's the theme here? Am I longing for a simpler time? Am I in migraine pain? Am I feeling lost on the path and I don't know up from down, a fogginess? Okay, let me lean into it. Let me explore that. Let me process it through. Before, we would just buckle up and wait for it to pass. And that was appropriate for then. The call is a little different now, where it's like, no, please, you've awakened to another level. Lean in and allow things to process out so they don't manifest as higher, greater levels of resistance. And so, Jenn, what I love about our messages, as usual, is they're not the same, but they complement each other very, very nicely. And so I feel we both have some pretty powerful kind of directives for the times we're in. Yeah.
Well, and like we were talking about earlier, the whole point of what we're doing here is about embodiment. And like you said, in the past, typically when these energies would hit, that's when we would disassociate. That's when we would leave our bodies because it became so uncomfortable and unbearable. But it's like we've been working through, all of these lessons and the healing enough. We can hold this longer and longer. And so, like, don't give yourself a hard time if you still have those, like, okay, if it's too much, I need to just kind of, check out for a little bit. Don't give, because this is, it's a process, it's a growth process. But the longer that you're allowing yourself to sit in it, the longer you let yourself feel it, you'll get to the point, if you let yourself just fully feel it and get it all the way to the bottom, it will be gone. And then you will feel this relief and this lightness. But I mean, that's like, it's the purpose. It's want you to, like, this is still in there. It's showing you this is still there. And like, that's part of your blocks. That's part of, like, and you feel it in the resistance that you talked about with, the migraine, which, what we had both said is we both experienced
Yeah.
migraines after, I mean, years of, I haven't had a migraine since my awakening in 2021. And I've had 2 this month. And I mean, and before my awakening, I mean, I had them so much that I was taking shots every single month. And so, I mean, this was significant for that to have hit after so much time of, like, literally, it's not been a thing for me. But I mean, that's showing, I mean, just how intense the energies are. And like you said, we all, even at our levels now, still have resistance in us. It's still, like, it's a work in progress. So we're giving ourselves grace, even if we don't handle it completely, perfectly. But being aware of it, I mean, that's a huge step. The majority of people are not even aware, of what's happening. They're just being moved with the energies. And so I love that we actually have tools now that, okay, we can understand it. This is what's happening. Now, what do we do with it? And you had, like, some real specific things that you were telling me the other day about how to work with your higher self when these energies really do come in.
Oh, Jenn, you read my mind here. Yes, yes. So, we know there's us, the soul and doing our thing. Well, there's us, there's our soul, there's our higher self, and then there are other selves. But because we have attained a very high level of ascension, even if you don't feel like it, we are more conscious, aware, empowered than we ever have been before. And because we have done a lot of hard work to get here, we now have entered into a different type of relationship with our higher self. Before, our beautiful higher self, so smart. I call it my smart self, right? My smart self is so smart, right? And but when I wasn't as conscious and aware as I am now, she would just kind of drip feed me wisdom from time to time because the vibration was so high. That was all I could have. Now, though, for the collective, totally new game. Our ability to connect and communicate with our higher self it's unprecedented in human history. That is not an exaggeration. And I was shown a tool by a Dr. David Clements. He is an amazing teacher, human being. I love him. And I was watching one of his teachings, and he said, okay, your higher self. When you are feeling one of these when you're in ascension symptoms, whatever it looks like, call on your higher self, because free will, right? Spirit, even your own higher self, can only help you upon request. Call on your higher self. Your higher self knows where you are, right? It's a very intimate relationship, knows where you are, what's going on, and how to help you, and has the permission right now to do so. Call on the higher self. Say, hey, you know what? I'm having a migraine, or I'm stuck in some really low emotion, or my body hurts so bad. I'm having a spiritual crisis, whatever. Higher self, please come in, handle this for me. And so number one is handle it for me, please. Remove this and file it into my Akashic. Part two is whatever debris is in my energy field, my entire energy field, whatever debris is in my field because of it, clean me up, clean me out. And I'll tell you, I've been working with that tool. This is a new tool for me. I've been working with it for now about a week and a half. It's a game changer. Just I move through any stuckness, any ascension symptoms with so much more ease. And not only that, I feel supported. Because isn't it when we're going through these ascension symptoms and we're struggling with old karma or whatever, we feel alone. We don't feel supported. Right. I'm very grateful to have this tool and feel the support of my higher self in ways that I've never been able to perceive before. And so I wanted to be sure to share that tool, and please, you guys, play with that. It's a hot tool.
So for people who don't understand what the higher self is, do you want to explain that a little bit?
Yeah. Okay. So there's us. We're just little humans running around doing the best we can, right? We have our human consciousness trying to learn and grow. And then we have our soul. Our beautiful, beautiful soul is the aspect of us that kind of is, it carries spiritual scars. Sometimes there's soul fragmentation. It carries your incarnation experiences, and it's like a little bit smarter or more aware than you in energy, right? And then above that is your higher self. This is the part of you that is above that in kind of the energy field order. And it's the part of you that's been there, seen it, done it, and is just helping you. But it has been once removed. It felt more like this. My words are going to be a little clumsy on this, but it felt more like the higher self helped the soul who helped the human. And now, because we have integrated so much and healed so many traumas, we now have a direct channel to higher self in ways we have not had before.
The way that I experience the higher self, the way I understand it, okay, so we have the oversoul, and then the oversoul holds all of the like higher selves. And so we have our higher self is part of an oversoul. And this is how we get to the twin flames, because they share the same oversoul, but they're not the same higher self soul. And so the higher self soul is like the direct incarnations that you represent, that this part of your soul represents. And so, yes, there's still even another layer between the higher self. And then it's like, here's the Jenn incarnation, here's the Jenn soul. And so it's like, yes, you connected it together, but it's like, that's the level of access we're getting right now. It's just like, it's up above even what, your own awareness is. It's even higher than that. So I just wanted to make sure everybody was kind of connecting with like, where is this really coming from, and how, like, the power that comes with it. We've got Beverly Diane Calhoun said that she just started watching that last week after she saw one of his podcasts. So she definitely has picked up on the same. Yeah.
This guy is hot stuff. He works with cosmic beings, and he's Dr. David Clements. He's fantastic.
Thank you for bringing that out. So I think we're ready to move over to the collective reading, unless you have anything else you wanted to share.
No, I'm excited to pull some cards.
Okay. So before we get started, I'm going to do the invocation to call in the spirit team. So we're going to take 3 deep breaths to ground us into this space and then do the invocation. So if you will close your eyes and breathe in. That's 1. Breathe in. That's 2. Breathe in. That's 3. I now call in the council of the Awakened Flame, a collective of angels, archangels, ascended masters, our higher selves, guardian angels, ancestors, and galactic light family to please enter this present space and time. I call upon Archangel Michael to place a bubble of protection around us. Only beings of the highest vibration of pure love and light may enter in. I open myself now as a clear, surrendered channel. Only messages for the highest good that bring healing, ascension, alignment, and love. So be it. All right, so you are going to get us started with the current ascension energy.
Yes. Okay. For the beautiful divine feminine collective, current ascension energy is a 4 of swords. We are being told, please slow down, take a breath, slow down, take a breath, go slow. Self-care, self-healing. And even if you feel stressed for time or you got a long to-do list, please go slow and be kind to yourself. Yeah, that message is so strong. It's like, we need to cocoon you in a giant warm blanket right now is the guidance. Yeah.
So I had told you the last time we talked that I was feeling that the feminines were really being called and set apart to themselves right now, pulled out of everything, out of all of relationships, all of like just everything to kind of sit with themselves. And that's what that energy tells me. It's like we're still there because we've got, again, it's the calibration that I'm feeling. It's like we went through so much healing, I mean, so quickly that right now it's like we need some time to just let it integrate before we rush into the next thing. And I think that we have this tendency, like we need to just keep going. We need like that next level, that next level. No, right now we need to integrate everything that's come through already before we can move into that next level. So,
oh, Jenn, I love that. It's integration time.
yeah. All right. And forced. It's forced. Like, what I'm picking up with that is it's like it's almost like we've been pulled into a hospital and it's like you're just kind of like a rehab until you can get this. We're not letting you move. It's like being kind of forced into this the integration. Okay, so the next part is piercing the illusion. And so it's what we think is happening versus what is actually happening. So what we think is happening right now is the Knight of Chalices, young David. And what I like about this card is it talks about as long as David was playing the lyre, Saul's troubles, his torments were gone. But the minute that David stopped playing, then the torments would come back. So Saul was outsourcing, his own internal work to David through this. He was outsourcing it to something outside of himself. And so, like, I think that that's part of, like, you think that this other thing outside of here is the thing that's going to bring you peace. It's like it's something outside of you can bring you the peace, bring you the love, bring you the, like the connection that you're looking for. But it's never going to fully go away if you're dependent on somebody else. So this is working on some codependency issues right here. And what is actually happening is the Knight of Grains, and this is Jacob works for Laban. And so it's how bad do you want it? Because the story of Jacob and Laban, Jacob wanted to marry one of Laban's daughters. And so he said, work for me for 7 years and I'll give her to you in marriage. he did that, and then Laban tricked him and gave him his first daughter, which was not the daughter he wanted to marry. And he said, okay, well, if you want the one you want, then work for me for 7 more years. And he did it because that's how bad he was, committed to, the thing that he wanted the most. And so those are two energies that we're kind of dealing with. It's like, how bad do you actually want it? What are you willing to do? What are you willing to give up? What are you willing to work for? How much are you really willing to put into this? And so the Knight of Grains is also about making the plan for the long term. And so, like, that's part of this pause energy, is to figure out, what do you actually want? What are you willing to do? And so this is boundaries. This is like, even for yourself, it's like making, not contracts, but it's just like making agreements with yourself about what you are going to do in order to get to the place that you want to be. Okay. Did you have anything to add?
Oh my gosh. Yes. And is 9 of Grains, is that 9 of Wands?
Pentacles.
Pentacles. Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you.
Sorry about
Appreciate
that.
that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And yes, it's just sometimes the hardest thing to do, like staying the course, is to sit with yourself. We all want to go and do, and because that action feels like it's accomplishment, or at least I feel good about that. And it's like, now is the 9 of Pentacles, she's not rushing around. Again, yeah, I just
Slow
get
down.
this.
I mean, like, yeah, that slow down energy is very loud already.
To allow you to go inward, right? The ability to go inward. You can't go inward if you're outward, so much. Oh my
And you
goodness.
can't get anywhere unless you know where you're trying to get to. So this is almost like setting the GPS. Like, we've got to get it figured out before we can even take off.
Oh, I love it. Okay. So the blessing energy. Blessing energy. We have the Knight of Pentacles again with the slow down. This guy, I love this knight. He is the most honorable, the most honest, genuine, trustworthy of all the knights. He's also the slowest. So it's like, slow down. And also, when we slow down, we can take stock of what things, the things that truly matter. It kind of reminds me of whenever I would get too out in my spokes, my daddy used to say, get back to basics. You got to get back to basics. And that has a lot of that energy on it. It's like, slow it all down. This knight too, he's an abundant knight. The field is fertile. He's just going to decide what he wants to plant, and then go about his business. Yeah.
It also connects me with Virgo energy, which is about self-care. And so, I mean, I just think that that's part of the message right now for the feminines. It's like, we put so much focus outside of us that now it's time to focus back on us and to take care of us. And like, we're, again, being forced to. We cannot move at the pace that we want because we're like almost bypassing things that are needed, like, it's bypassing the integration is what it's what it is. But we're being forced to slow down. Absolutely. Okay. The lesson at play right now. So what are we learning through all of this? We have the Tower. What we can control and what we cannot control.
Uh-huh.
And the Tower isn't about destruction as much as it's like clearing the slate. It's getting things it's realignment, because the Tower cannot take away anything that is truly meant for you. It's shaking apart anything that was not supposed to be on your path to get you back, to center ground again. And what I also have been feeling is, especially in this time period right now until February, anything that we try to build right now, if it's not in complete alignment, it's going to fall apart. So, I mean, it's like, and quickly, like, it's got to be in complete alignment, because it's the foundation is so important right now that if we don't get this part right, the rest is not going to, like, it just won't stand. So we will do it over and over and over as many times as we have to until we get the point that this is the way that it has to be. This is why it has to be like this.
Wow, Jen. Yeah, I just think of now is during tower times, you don't build, right? You integrate, you take stock, you make plans, and you take care. And towers, it reminds me of one of the things I was saying earlier about awakening. It's like, yeah, we're all in our individual towers. We are in family towers, community, collective towers. You look at what's happening in the country, on the planet, whatever. We are in a collective, multi-tier, multi-level tower experience. And the more we take care, self-love, self-care, that's I love this. That's what allows compassion and love to take root and begin to bloom and flourish. Yeah, yeah. Wow. Okay. Hidden blocks. Okay, here's a card for hidden blocks. Knight of Cups. Again, so this is the second night I picked. So we have movement, right? Knight of Cups is
the
a
Knight
lot
of
faster.
Chalices is the Knight of Cups. So we've pulled the same knights twice already.
See, look, I think Spirit is loud tonight. The Knight of Cups. Oh my gosh. This is about however you are hard on yourself. And it's this. However you're hard on yourself, I would love for you to see that as a type of ascension symptom in the mental and the emotional and the spiritual body that manifests in the physical body. We got to learn new ways to love ourselves, and whatever that is, through the eradication of what doesn't work, what will work tends to come forward. So however you're hard on yourself, if I were to give you a little journal assignment, it would be, what are the ways that I'm hard on myself? Like, whether it's, I didn't get enough done today, or that was a dumb thing I just said, or I got a bad hair day, whatever. It'd be like, wait just a minute. And we got to look at the way we love ourselves is the resistance. And I just love how Spirit drew that connection between, that's actually the ascension symptom for us to pay priority to. Yeah, priority attention to. Yeah.
And when I see the Knight of Cups, I also think about those rose-colored glasses. And it's like, we've got to see things for what they really are. And so, especially when we're talking about the twin flame journey, and we can tend to over-romanticize it.
Yes.
And not see it for what it really is, which was just a path of ascension. It was your strongest mirror. It showed you, just everything that you could not see about yourself. You needed that other, that other perspective to even know that stuff was in you. And it's like, I hope that that's the shift that we are helping to bring to people here, is like taking away the romanticized version and really using it, because the romanticized version is what destroys us. The romanticized version is what brings the greatest level of heartbreak, because we keep trying to make it, into this, when that's not what it really was. And so, the next card is the higher guidance. And I pulled this with my deck from the council. And it's exactly what it should be, but it's still extremely hard. And we have surrender. Let go, let flame, let God. Angel number 777, crown chakra, soft lilac, the path of transmutation. And so the serenity prayer has been coming out a lot in the last few weeks. And it's just accepting the things that you cannot change, changing the things you can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And so a lot of our own resistance is because we have like this level of control. We're still trying to, impact on the situation. Instead of letting the tower do its work, we're still trying to like take the bricks back that the tower is throwing off and like putting it back in place. No. Let's keep the old structure. And it's not like really surrendering to the process that's truly trying to happen, because it's painful. And so the best thing that we can do right now is just, again, change what you can. So when we're looking at what we can change, we're looking at everything as a reflection of us. We can't change anything outside of us. We can only change what is happening right here. So it could be, is there a belief system that has you stuck in a situation that, says, that you have to put up with this type of treatment?
Mm-hmm.
You actually don't. So that's the part of you've got to inspect. Well, why do I think that I have to stay in a space that is not, it's not meeting my needs. It's not loving to me. It's not kind to me. It's like, why do we give ourselves such a hard time? There's some level of belief that's keeping you in that space, that's giving you this reflection that you do not want. Or, the same if you're in a job that is literally draining your soul. And it's like you keep wanting the job to change. Don't they see? And it's like the only thing you can actually affect right here is yourself. So what is it about this job? Like what that's keeping you in that space? I mean, it's usually money, but is there other ways that you can get the things that you're trying to get out of this? Like that you're trying to make this one thing be something that it's not.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing that we have to release, is the control of making anything be something for us that it's not meant to be. And to see it that clearly, like that's just not the reality of this. And so it's taking off the rose-colored glasses and seeing things for how they really are, not the, like the potential of where they can go. What are they right here in this moment? And if they stay in this space in this moment, can you be, okay with this? And most of the time the answer is not, because that's why you're trying so hard to make the changes.
Oh my goodness. Absolutely. I'm just hearing, in all those beautiful words you just said, I'm just hearing acceptance, accept as it presents, and then decide, instead of trying to say, I didn't see. It's like a self-gaslight, right? I didn't see that, or it didn't mean that, or that didn't happen, or yeah. And yeah, that's, love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. So the next step, what is the next step? Now that we feel pretty clear, what is the next step? The card up is the 10 of Pentacles. The energy on this card is just beautiful. It's like, keep people you love close to you, right? Connect to people you love. Whether they live next door, live in your house, or live on the other side of the country or the planet. It's like, reach out and make those connections that will feed your soul, that will fortify you. You hear me speak about ascension symptoms and ways that you can perhaps more effectively manage your energy. And it's like, yep, it's also through connections with people who are of like mind, people I trust that love me and support me. And one of the things that I know you guys know about, years and years and years, forever, in the spiritual community, there's been such a sense of loneliness and isolation. Because maybe through the awakening, you're around people, they don't know you, they don't understand what you're going through, and they think it's weird, or you're crazy, or whatever. And one of the things that I've seen, and Jen, perhaps you have as well, is our soul tribe we're coming together like gangbusters, and people that love us, that support us, that we can love and support as well. And trust is huge. This is what's coming for us on the other side of this embodiment, because, to the point you just said, we're changing the mirror. We're changing ourselves to alter the mirror, which alters our point of attraction. So we are leveling up to move into a space of deeper spiritual connection with our soul tribes. 10 of Pentacles. Yeah.
So the 10 of Pentacles to me is your destiny path. It's your legacy path. And I mean, it's your highest potential timeline. In order to get to your highest potential timeline, you have to be willing to give up the old in order to, embrace the new. And what you said about, the new connection. So the truth of this is, one, you're going to lose every old, that is not aligned, every connection that's not aligned. So you probably will have a period of just complete aloneness. before you start seeing what these new tribes and connections look like. And the new connections, you may not have an abundance, like it's not going to be a lot of people, but the ones that you have are going to be solid. They're going to be so connected and so like truly aligned with you that it's like you see, it's like I'd rather have what the dime than 10 pennies. Is that the phrase? It's like you see the value of just the one now, like made up for so many of just kind of the just acquaintances, or just, I mean, you see the difference, you feel the difference. And so, but it doesn't come without sacrifice.
Right.
So,
I'm seeing the Tower card.
well, and so the potential outcome, and
Yes.
we have the Four of Grains, which is the Four of Pentacles, and this is the parable of the rich fool. And so, if you hold on too tightly to the old, you will miss out on the abundance, the true abundance that is waiting for you. So it says, then he said to them, "Watch out, be on your guard against all kinds of greed. Life does not consist in an abundance of possessions." And so, like, it's redefining what abundance means to you. Because, again, like I said, one good friend can trump, 10 that are just like halfway there. And I mean, it's, you're going to have to look at life differently. You're going to have to see it differently. The values that we have been raised to this point, the collective values, they're distorted. And so now that this is kind of getting us clear about what has real value and what doesn't. But if we hold too tight to the old, we cannot reach that 10 of Pentacles destiny path. And so it's a warning in itself of like, this is what happens if you don't actually embrace the changes, if you don't actually embrace the Tower.
Gosh, Jen, and yeah, and so many of us, we do hold on to the frenemies, or the people that that we do love, but maybe they're not on board with who we are, or the old jobs, or the old whatever, right? Because they become a part of our identity. They become a mainstay in our life, in a part of our safety and security. But what we know about our safety and in our security, and to move into a higher alignment of safety and security, we need to let go of these older things. And the potential outcome is, as you let go, as you summon the courage, this is not easy. You summon the courage to continue to let go of what doesn't serve you. Spirit will come rushing in with opportunities to create security that feels even safer, and more grounded and in alignment with what truly will make you happy, not what you settle for because it's all that's available. Yeah.
Hard messages, but I mean, they are like, this is the power. This is where the power comes from.
Absolutely.
Well, I think we're ready to swap over to the collective pulls if you are ready. So yes. If you would like us to pull cards for you, again, put a heart in the chat and we will be pulling just down the list. All right. So we'll go ahead and get started. We've got Amber Charrier.
Amber. Okay. So before I jump in here, I'm doing it. I've been guided to do it just a little bit differently tonight, where I have a deck of cards based on karmic release. And because regardless of where you are on the journey, we all are in whatever that is for wherever we happen to be. And I love understanding more about where I am and what's going on, but I also like to know what to do. So I'm going to pull two cards. One, it's going to be a karmic release card, hopefully giving you some information about any kind of healing guidance or themes for you to focus on, paired with a tarot card, right? For a more complete message. So let me shuffle my cards.
I do want to correct. She told me how to say her name. So it's a French name, Charrier. Okay. I'm so sorry. I am like so country, so it's all going to come out. Charrier. Thank you so much for joining us.
Can you say that again, Jen?
Charrier.
Cherier. Okay, oh, that's very pretty. Yeah,
Hopefully I
Cherier.
said it right that time.
Okay. Okay. So I have this deck. One time I will shuffle and cut cards. Okay. Release. Here, I'll put this up here. Release the resentment loop. Resentment isn't power, it's poison. Stop replaying the story. You are free to choose peace. Paired with the Six of Pentacles. Girl, you are releasing some heavy energy right now about being taken advantage of, whether it's with your love, with your resources, your time, you. Okay, this is a little heavy. Being around people that haven't really heard you, seen you, appreciated you for who you are. We're all human here. We all know what resentment is. And your beautiful soul, your higher self is calling on you. However, resentment is in there, whatever that looks like for you, please, any healing work you did. I talked earlier in the live about that higher self calling you could do. So you can call in people who are going to, in reciprocity, who are going to love you the way you love them, who are going to see you and acknowledge you the way you do them. People who understand your heart and will treat it with the care it deserves. So this is a heavy message, but I'm also really excited for you because even though this is hard, you're on the right path to brighter times in relationships.
So I pulled with the heart's hidden secrets and I got conflicted, and we have decisions, hot and cold, and multiple choices. And so, I mean, I just feel like the conflicted part is definitely her because one, she sees the reality, but
Yeah.
then it's the rose-colored glasses. It's the love that's still attached to those people who are not treating her the way that she wants to be treated. And so this is again trying to change the mirror instead of changing yourself. It's hard. It's hard when you see the truth and you know that like you need to act on it, but yet your heart is still involved. And so like that's what I feel. It's just that the conflict here is just it's an internal conflict that you're feeling because you care so much about these people. You want to keep them in your lives, but their actions are showing you they don't care if they stay in your life or not. And so they're not going to respect your boundaries because they're getting, I mean, they're getting everything they want with it. And so, like, why would they change? Why would, because it's working out for them. It's not working out for you. And so all of this changes the minute that you make a decision. Right now, your energy is split. And that's why it feels so conflicted. You know the truth, but it's like the minute that you make the decision for yourself, all of that, the confusion goes away, the answers come, the opportunities, like that's where you're going to be able to start moving again. But until you can like get these energies back here, like you're going to stay in this like loop of confusion and like, I don't know you do know what you need to do. You just don't want to have to do it. And I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
This is a powerful crossroads. It's a powerful crossroads. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So next we have Beverly Diane Calhoun.
Oh, Miss Beverly. Okay. So, the little karmic card here, that's the imagery. I'm going to read this. Align with your higher path. The more you align with your soul's truth, the less resistance you will face. Flow with purpose, not pressure. Paired with the Emperor. Oh, my goodness. Well, you know how to get it done. You definitely know how to get things done in your life. It's almost like there's a phrase where there's a will, there's a way, and I'm going to push through. I'm going to push through, and it's a great technique for 3D life and getting things done. When we move into 5D with the soul, it's not so much about where there's a will, there's a way. It's about alignment to manifest. And this is a lesson that we're all learning in our own way, but most certainly this one is front and center with you. And so when some of the earlier messages, I pulled that Four of Swords about self-care. And then I said something also about, hey, have a look at self-judgment, because that's in there too. And so however you work that through, whatever that means, and again, please, using that tool, that'll help you align. And you're also pretty quick. Like, as soon as you have an answer, you go to work. You don't sit around and decide if you want to do it, right? You go to work. Going to work on this for you, the evidence of this being the right decision for you and how you move forward and the way you operate in your world, it will be forthcoming. Your guides have been telling you this for a while.
I pulled the return card, second chance, opportunity, and making amends. But what I'm pulling with this is how many chances do you really have to give somebody? And so I think that that's the reason why, like, you feel stuck in it, is because you keep giving chance after chance after chance. And this is one of those times where it's like, the lesson is learned by, like, holding the boundary, not continuing to bend and give them more chance after chance after chance. So that's what I'm feeling with that, connected with just what you've pulled. It's just, it's time. It's time to pull the plug on some of these, because we talked about the codependent energy. And so this feels kind of that same way to me. It's just like, they're going to keep doing it as long as you continue to let them. So that's collective lessons that we're dealing with right now, is when to draw the line. Because it's like what I just said, to Amber. It's like, you don't want to have to push these people out of your life. You don't want to have to make these hard, lines and these boundaries. But some people really are going to take until you have nothing left to give. And so, like, you've got to, like, this is the time that's like patching up the holes of, like, where your own energy is leaking out here. And so that's going to be the most healthy thing you can do for yourself, is the boundaries that you're setting right now. And it's hard. It's hard.
Oh my gosh. I kind of look at it like, when I set and hold a boundary, and I'm respecting myself and taking care of myself, and then the person I'm a friend, a family member, whatever, they don't like it, right? Because I'm no longer giving them what they need. And I think, well, wow, what you're doing is I go, they are self-selecting out. It's not so much that I'm saying, see ya. I'm just like, wow. So if we can't be in integrity with each other, thank you for that information. I gotta go, because
Gosh, that's so hard. I mean, we can look at it here, and then it's just like the human living it and the heart that has to experience it. I mean, so I want to make sure I'm giving space for that, because I feel it. I'm right here with, I think we're both right here with the same energy. And it's just like, God, I didn't want to have to do this. I did not want to have to make this decision. Why are you forcing me to have to make this decision? It's because it doesn't matter that much to them. And when we can get to that level of just like, okay, they don't care, so why do we care this much? Yeah.
Jenn, gosh, I'm hearing you speak, and it's very powerful. And so here, the purpose of these lives that we do, it's about, the divine feminine energy and what's going on with that. And this just feels like something that the divine feminine as a collective is now doing in their own way, however that shows up, because that's really the call to action that I keep hearing, and not only in this live, but in any other work I'm doing. It's just powerful stuff. Yeah.
All right, we have Goddess Bree up next.
Okay, so here is the karmic card here for the release work. It says, restore mind, body, spirit. True healing happens when you align mind, body, and spirit. Reconnect to your essence, paired with the Nine of Swords. Okay, maybe some sleepless nights, some anxiety. The ascension symptom might be insomnia, nervous system, racing mind. Um, as soon as I tuned into this beautiful healing card, it's like there's no, well, there's, I can't say speak in absolutes here, but one of the easiest, quickest, most effective ways to ground is just being in any kind of nature, whether you live in the city, in the country, whatever. Take your shoes off, put your feet on some grass, talk to a tree, even bring flowers into your house, whatever it is, whatever is going on with you. If you were to sit and connect to Mother Earth, right, through any type of nature, if you're near water, that's great. That you would be amazed at how cleansing and clearing that is for your nervous system, for your thought process. And I'm just watching a big waterfall of release come upon you to help bring in that higher mind, body, spirit balance. If you're able to do that, however you're able to do that, you will feel the relief, some of the relief, if not a great amount that you are seeking.
So I pulled the Only You card, devoted, attached, and crave. So she has somebody specific is causing all of these sleepless nights and the anxiety. And it's connecting me with the attachment issues and particularly the anxious attachment. And so even if it is, a healthy connection, like she may be, from past connections, overreading all the energy right now, just on high guard, making sure that she doesn't get hurt again. And I think that that's kind of working against her. And so it's like, there has to be a way to, like, for you to sort of self-soothe so that you can get back to what is the truth of the situation. Because I'm not saying that the things aren't happening. You're picking them up. And so you definitely need to, like, okay, take them into consideration. But do they mean what you're labeling them as? Are they really, like the send off all the bells and alarms, or is it something from the past that's still kind of like it's a shadow from the past that's still kind of like showing up in this new space? And because I feel like I do this exact same thing because, again, I've been through, extremely difficult relationships. So I am looking for every sign of, like, okay, is this safe? Is this safe? Is this safe? And so that's what I'm feeling. It's like, it matters. It very much matters. But it's like the attachment part, that's the piece that I'm kind of like, we've got to kind of calm that down, because you're not going to get to the truth while your mind is spinning in the anxiety. And so that's, I guess, what I'm feeling is just like, let's calm that down, and then you'll see what's true about this connection.
That's right. That's right. Yep.
Okay. So next we have Mr. Pops, which is actually Deborah. And I want to thank you for the gift of the $2. And so let's see what we have for Deborah.
Okay, Mr. Pops, accept your destiny. Okay. Embrace the unfolding of your journey. Trust that each moment is leading you to your true path, on your true path. Oh my goodness. Wheel of Fortune. This cards, I swear they are crazy. This is the card of destiny. With destiny. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing in your life, you are in a fated and destined moment. Please, when we earlier were going on and on about slow down, take care, the more you slow down, the more you take care, whatever that looks like, you cannot miss the signs and signals coming up in your life. Now, again, maybe the signs and signals you're getting is something that you maybe don't want to see, don't like to see, are afraid to step into. If that's the case, which there's a little of that going on, use that higher self tool, call on your team of light to help you. This is destined. It is happening. So we don't have a say in when things happen. We do have a say in how easy or hard they can be at times. And the more you call everybody you know for the help, and the more you lean into this big step forward in your destiny, it is a big change. It won't be as scary as you're afraid of, which is the truth of most fears. It's happening, and it's time for you. You're getting called up. Yeah.
So I pulled the hoping card, expecting, faith, and manifesting. So she is very hopeful right now, but she is not fully trusting. And so one of the things that was coming through as you were talking is one of the most effective forms of manifestation is knowing, and the least effective is hoping. Because when you're just hoping that something will happen, it could not happen. And so it's like you're keeping those two possibilities. But once you know this is what's going to happen, you live your life as if it's already, set and done. And like the best way that I know, like to even like put a picture to that energy is when you are expecting a baby. And so it's like, as soon as you find out you're expecting a baby, like my life is going to change here in 9 months, but it's not happening yet. But it's like the assurance of it is just so clear there that you're living your life every day now as if this is the truth, because it is your new truth. Even though it's not in front of you yet, even though it's just still being prepared for you, you know that it's the truth that's coming. And so it's like, whatever the thing is that you're trying to manifest, if you can hold that same energy of just knowing it is coming, it is a done deal, it is happening, then it's like, it doesn't matter when it happens because I know that it's going to happen. And that's just the shift of perspective that I think that you're being asked right now is like, the hope and faith is good, but it's also split energy. Do you know this? What do you know? And it's like, if you don't know it, then what's that piece? What piece is missing that's making you uncertain and unclear? And I mean, and I didn't even say this when I was given the fog. Okay. Another piece of the fog message that I was getting for the energy that we're in right now is we are not going to be given anything past the next step in front of us. Like we literally are only being shown this step, then this step, then this step. That is your faith in action. That is knowing that if I continue on this path, if I stay in alignment, and you are in alignment, if I stay on this path, then it will continue to open up into, the things that I know are promised to me. And so you're not going to be like, if you're looking for the full vision, this is what's going to happen. You're not going to get that yet. Because right now you're literally being asked, do you trust? Will you take the next step? You're going to be given the next step. And then it's like the next step and the next one. And this is just until it's like so certain in your soul that you know that this is the path for you. And this is what, is meant for me. So, yeah, I mean, I think that, good things are coming. It's just, you've got to keep moving in that direction towards it. Okay.
Whew. Wow.
We have one more, Tony.
Okay. We are technically out of time, but I think we should do it anyway. Are you good?
Yes.
Okay. Super duper.
Just the last one. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Miss Tony. Okay. Unblock the flow. And let me read this one for you. When your energy is stuck, nothing moves. Start small, clean a space, cry it out, speak a truth. Movement is medicine. I'm kind of laughing a little bit, Jen, because you just said this in a way. You said one step at a time. You're not going to get everything. Just one. What is the next step? And it could be quite simple. Paired with the Lovers. Wow. Your life is asking you to move into, gosh, I don't even know how to say this. So, the road of 1,000 steps begins with the first step, right? Your life is asking you to take that step. This feels like a creative endeavor. It feels like you claiming the life you really want. Maybe this is a career, a relationship, a place to live. You in your beautiful heart and your heart of hearts, claiming the life you want as an act of love to yourself. is super duper wanting to happen. This is something that's been on your mind, in the back of your mind, for a very long time. And we're going to start real small and move out of this stuckness. Now, what I want to say is, earlier today, Jenn pulled the Tower card. Your life has been trying to, your soul, your higher self, right? Your life has been trying to move you. It has moved you in alignment with where you want to go, a higher expression of your life for a long time. And there's a part of you that can feel a type of tower creeping up. And again, whenever we feel a tower creeping up, that's paralyzing, right? That paralyzes me, And Spirit is saying, hey, we get it. We know. Even if, you clear a little clutter out of the closet, you take a walk down the street, whatever you do to move yourself, please do it. Please.
I got the open heart, receptive, empathy, and vulnerable. And the thing that I was picking up, you kind of touched on it, is that she's been through so much that it's like she's just waiting for the other shoe to drop. And so there's like this, it's a guarding of the heart, and it's not completely blocked off. She has this big, beautiful heart, but it's like it's been open before and trampled all over. And so now then it's just like she doesn't trust her heart. She does not, it's not even like not trusting other people. She doesn't trust her heart, because her heart gives until it is just broken all to pieces. And it's just like, she's being asked to like slowly just allow that space to flow again, because that's where her blocks have come. Now her resistance is coming, is because it's like she's so guarded from this beautiful heart that she knows like as it's taken her to depths before.
Yeah.
And so it's just like it's not the full, we're not going to be wide open, and it's learning how to use the boundaries as like gates and not walls. So like I think she hasn't fully walled it off, but it's close. And so I mean, really it's blocking out the good stuff now, because it's just like I don't want to experience the pain anymore. But now then you're blocking out the potential good that's trying to come in too. So it's slowly opening it, trusting just a little bit. But trust comes with yourself first.
Yes.
And because you're the first line of defense for yourself. And so, that's where the boundaries are coming in. But boundaries are not, like I said, they're not walls. They are showing people, and we've talked about this so much tonight. And so the boundaries are showing people how they get to interact with you, how they get to be in your space. And so when you set a boundary and they break the boundary, they're showing you that they don't respect your space. And so it's not like unkind of you to say, no, you're not allowed here then, because they didn't respect your space. You said, this is how you can interact with me. They chose to do something different. And so like, that's what you're going to have to trust. And it's just like, it's letting go of the attachment. And so we talked about attachment wounds too. We're working through a lot. These hearts have been through a lot.
We've done a number of these. This is the biggest energy one. And I'm like, everybody here is,
because again, October was such heavy energy. There was so much triggering, and it brought so much back up to the surface that now then we're having to make choices again, to put the boundaries in place again, to really see things clearly again, because it just it came in heavy. So I mean, I think we're all right here together though. I think, I mean, I've connected, resonated with every single message I've given. I'm like, wow, they're going through the same thing I am. And it's not easy. That's why I'm like, my heart just has hurt for every single, person that we've connected with, because it's just like, you've been through a lot, and it's just like, I don't blame you for just wanting to hide right now and, just shut everybody out. But that's like opposite of what we're actually being called to do in this energy too, because we talked about embodiment, and it's like the longer that we can sit in these uncomfortable spaces, that's how we are, like, we're holding the frequency, we're changing the frequency.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
So I'll let you close us out with a final message, and just wow, very powerful though.
Oh gosh. First, I want to thank everybody for bringing their energy in tonight, for all of us to benefit from. This is a very powerful collective, whether you're listening to the live or in the recording. We feel you, and we are grateful. So thank you for joining in. And yeah, that little higher self tool is hot stuff, and use it, please, if you feel called to do so. Now, what's very auspicious is our next live will be on the 11/11.
Yay.
It will be. I know, we're like, yay!
I'm very excited.
Yes, I'm very excited about that. I'm excited to be with you, Jen, on that day, and everybody else, of course. And if you find yourself in a place where you would like some more personal guidance, please know, and I won't speak for you, Jen, but Jen is an amazing, gifted reader. I read as well. I have Ascending Life Tarot, and we're both available for private sessions. And so please, if that interests you, just look us up. And and I hope to see you on the 11th.
In the comment, in the description box. And I'll try to add it into the comments too, so that they can easily find it.
Oh, super duper. Good. Great idea. Okay. Yeah. And just thanks again. I had fun, and I hope you guys did too. And I'm just real grateful to be doing this work together.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And we will see you next time. Bye, everybody.